In the small village of Elmswood, an extraordinary event took place one quiet night. A bright shooting star streaked across the heavens and descended rapidly, landing in a secluded area of the forest. The impact sent a tremor through the ground, waking the villagers who peered out of their windows in a mix of awe and fear. Curiosity and a hint of trepidation guided Agnes, a kind old woman renowned for her herbal wisdom, into the heart of the forest. Under the silvery beams of the moon, she discovered a baby boy swaddled in a cocoon of starlight. Mesmerized by the celestial glow that surrounded the child, she decided to take him in, naming him Orion, after the constellation. Orion was no ordinary child. He possessed abilities that bewildered and amazed the villagers. His laughter could make stars twinkle brighter, and with a wave of his tiny hand, he could reshape constellations. As he grew older, his powers matured, allowing him to command the stars to perform wondrous dances across the night sky. The villagers of Elmswood lived in peace and prosperity under the luminous protection of Orion. However, their idyllic life was soon threatened by an ominous darkness that began to creep in, spreading shadows that sought to envelop the village in eternal night. Fear gripped the hearts of the villagers as they watched the encroaching darkness swallow their homes and fields. Orion understood the gravity of the situation and knew he was their only hope. Drawing upon his celestial heritage, he stood at the edge of the village and summoned all his strength. His eyes gleamed with determination as he reached out to the cosmos. Instantly, the sky came alive with a dazzling array of stars, each one burning brighter than ever before. The brilliance illuminated Elmswood and drove the darkness back, relegating it to the furthest corners of the forest. The night sky continued to shine vibrantly, casting a protective shield of light over the village. From that day forward, Orion remained vigilant, ensuring that Elmswood was forever shielded from the perils of darkness. His extraordinary powers and unwavering dedication turned him into a beloved guardian, and the villagers revered him as their celestial protector. Elmswood flourished under Orion's watchful eye, bathed in the eternal glow of the stars.
At the edge of a quiet village, there was a willow tree that whispered secrets to those who listened closely. Only the kind-hearted could understand its murmurs. One day, a young girl named Clara sat under the willow, and it told her about a hidden treasure buried beneath its roots. Clara, instead of keeping the treasure for herself, shared it with the poor and needy in her village. From that day on, the willow's leaves glowed with a golden light, blessing Clara and her village with prosperity.
In a remote village, there was a legend that once every 100 years, the moon would come down to dance with the villagers. A young boy named Leo heard the legend and stayed up every night to see if it was true. On the 100th year, the moon descended, and the villagers were awestruck. Leo, being the only one who believed, was invited by the moon to lead the dance. His joy brought smiles to everyone, and the moon promised to visit him in his dreams, where they would dance together forever.
In the bustling city of Avaria, a poor musician named Milo found an old flute in a dusty antique shop. When he played it, the flute produced the most beautiful melodies, enchanting everyone who heard it. People from all over the kingdom came to listen to Milo, and soon he became famous. But when a jealous rival stole the flute, Milo realized that his true talent was within himself. He played a simple flute with even more passion, proving that it was his heart that made the music magical.
Elias was a young scribe working in the grand library of the ancient city of Lumina. Despite his love for books and the knowledge they contained, Elias always yearned for a life beyond the dusty shelves and towering stacks. He dreamed of adventures that would take him to distant lands and unknown realms. One fateful afternoon, as Elias was cataloging some old manuscripts, he stumbled upon a hidden compartment in one of the shelves. Inside was a glowing feather, radiating warmth and light. Curious and intrigued, Elias carefully picked up the feather and felt a wave of energy surging through him. It was then he realized that this was no ordinary feather, it belonged to a phoenix, the mythical bird of fire and rebirth. With the feather in his possession, Elias discovered that he could summon the phoenix and travel anywhere in the world. He decided to seize this opportunity and embarked on epic adventures, each more incredible than the last. From the icy peaks of the Frostbite Mountains to the lush jungles of Zariel, Elias encountered mystic creatures, faced daunting challenges, and helped those in need. Wherever he went, Elias used his skills as a scribe to document his journeys, writing detailed accounts of his experiences and the people he met. His tales were not merely stories but guides and beacons of hope for others yearning for adventure. The phoenix's feather became a symbol of possibilities and dreams realized, and Elias's writings inspired generations of adventurers. Elias's legacy lived on within the pages of his chronicles, reminding everyone that even the most humble beginnings could lead to the most extraordinary of lives if they just dared to pursue their dreams.
In the heart of a dense forest, there was a secret garden where time stood still. A curious girl named Clara stumbled upon it while chasing a butterfly. She found flowers that never wilted and a pond that reflected not just the present, but the past and future as well. Clara met a guardian named Solis, who revealed that the garden was a place where lost memories could be found. Clara spent her days helping those who had forgotten, guiding them to the garden to find their lost memories. Solis was an ethereal being, his presence serene and kind. He explained that the garden existed between the folds of time, accessible only to those truly in need. Solis showed Clara how to navigate the garden's many paths and unlock its secrets. Each corner of the garden held memories trapped in flowers, trees, and even the air itself. Clara quickly learned to read the signs and symbols hidden amidst the foliage. People from various walks of life, drawn by subconscious longing, would find their way to the forest edge, where Clara would meet them. She would listen to their stories of loss and guide them through the winding paths of the garden. She comforted a grieving mother who longed for memories of her lost child and helped an elderly man remember the love of his youth. As each person found their forgotten memories, the garden glowed a little brighter, its magic sustained by the happiness it restored. One day, Clara found herself drawn to the pond. Gazing into the water, she saw flickering images of her own past and future. Solis approached and placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "The garden also holds your memories, Clara," he said softly. "You have given so much to others. It is time for you to find what you have lost." Clara realized she had forgotten moments of her own joy and sorrow, lost in her efforts to help others. She spent a day by the pond, reclaiming pieces of her own life, feeling both the pain and happiness they brought. Renewed, she continued her work with a deeper understanding of the importance of remembering and cherishing one's own experiences. The Garden of Time remained a sanctuary for those in need, a place where the past, present, and future converged, and where memories, once lost, could be found again.